Hello, very dear Black Moon Lilith in Gemini. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for your energy. I've been channeling it for a couple of hours right now. It's an energy I'm comfortable with. Just have to say that something that might be showing right now in your life is a certain feeling of clumsiness in some aspect, maybe with your words, because of your Black Moon Lilith placement, with your communication, with how you're getting your word out, and also feeling kind of in your mind like if it was muddy, not clear, foggy kind of mind. Yeah. Also, in some way, not being able to put two and two together in a logical way, not being able to connect the dots in some situation. And you are attributing this to you yourself being clumsy, which is not the truth. This is the first thing that I want to let you know. It's not because of some lack of talent that you have in communicating, in thinking, in logical thinking, or in clarity. It's just a kind of fog that's in the environment surrounding you. And the more that you get quote unquote comfortable with this fog, you will be able to see right through it. And if you are here, it's precisely because you are searching a way to see through it. So yeah, usually I do an introduction and then go to the reading. Right now this was the short introduction, and we'll go straight to the reading, which will anyway have its own timestamp, in case you were impatient and already skipped to the reading. I'm, as I said, very happy to have you here. The cards are also happy to have you here. These two wanted to come out already, and yeah. Yeah, I know why I'm happy to have you here. We actually share a lot of aspects. I'm very comfortable with your energy and kind of your challenges in this life. Maybe a bit more comfortable than you because I simply don't have Lilith there. Okay, but yeah, the cards are also saying that you and I, are finding a clear channel of communication between us right now. And yeah, this is what I was precisely feeling. Okay, so you have a central energy, the soulmate card. First of all, we are looking at this kind of dark mother aspect that you have within you. The dark female, the dark feminine, what was outcast in some way in society, and where society feel uncomfortable with your presence, in which way you make the ones around you feel uncomfortable with your presence. You're a perfect mirror for shadows. And the soulmate card here is, in this case, saying every time you encounter a person which you feel strongly connected to, you might also feel this dissonance because you're simply your presentation of yourself might seem wild to them while you are blooming. So you are comfortable, you are engaging, you are beautifully shining, and what they see is your wild side, and yeah, both. And so two things here. It's very important that you keep that wild side alive. That's the thing that it will help you embrace your Lilith aspect. It's very important. So this is also a calling from the cards. But I've seen you've awakened that, and yeah, and when others feel uncomfortable with this, is because you're embracing that wild side within you, and they see your wild side, but their own wild side is reflected to them. So if they are comfortable with their own wild side, which is this in tune card, you're going to really embrace that any kind of soulmate energy might be in a friend, a family member, a person that's been in your life for a long time, someone new you meet. Anytime both are comfortable with the wild aspects of your nature, you're going to feel in tune with that. And see, for example, this is a blooming card, but it's blooming in the darkness, which is also something important to notice. It's not just sun and light. If we had sun and light in the plants all day, 24 hours long, then they wouldn't have a time to really absorb the minerals, rest. And not only plants, we all humans need this night. And there are things that actually come out at night and send smells at night. And this is something that you're called to get comfortable with. What's your night being and expression and personality? And that doesn't mean that you turn into a werewolf in the moon, right? That and that it's scheduled to the night. Actually, bring this all these shadow aspects to the day. Not keep them in the dark, but keep them, integrate them to your whole being. And in this way, you are going to be seen as or be rebelling to what is thought about you. You what was expected from you, what was what you were meant to do in a career, in a family situation, what was expected from you. You are rebelling from that, and that is what leads you to that rebellion, is that you are more comfortable with what you see, that you can see clearly who you are, that you can embrace your whole self. And also this action of rebellion towards what was expected from you is what will help you see even more clearly, even farther in the distance, crossing every type of to the other shore of any type of sea that seemed to be in between, any type of storm that seemed to be in between you and yourself. Yeah. So also this soulmate card is kind of this lover's card. It's the reflection again, no? But it's even in this case for me, it's even deeper than that. It's a reflection in the night. As you see, this is all again night, shadows. What are you reflecting to others? And it's very important that you remember that when anyone acts with rejection towards you, it's because you are a very good mirror for their dark side. That's what also your Black Moon Lilith in Gemini gives you. It's a gift, but you might in some situations feel like, why is this person almost running away from me or from my energy, or in some situations you might feel like that, like don't understand why, and this is a reason why. And also it's a gift in the sense that you're not only a very good mirror, but you can also see very, very deeply into their shadows. So you are very good at knowing who and how you let in. But this is also frightening for some people, because when someone has a shadowy way, let's say, to go through the world, that manipulates, lies, and so on, this is their comfort zone, and you see it immediately, they are going to be very uncomfortable because they are not going to be able to use the usual tactics with you. So this is also a thing that creates discomfort around people around you. So they are showing here your personality, and also remembering that you will be in tune with those that have also embraced their shadow side. And this is a way of moving forward, both you and with your chosen community, growing from the shadows, in the shadows. Yeah. Two of Swords. So again, well, this is Libra energy, not Gemini, but it's air energy. And again, how are you relating to others? So the reading is a lot about others in your case, I guess, because you have encountered this difficulty, sometimes feeling stuck in communication, feeling not able to get your word out. And yeah, I'm just going to continue reading these ones to come out. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you've made actually a big effort for you to get your word out, for you to feel stable in yourself, for you to have a ground, stable ground from which to move forward and get your word out, get your ideas out, get your ideas clear. And you're working hard on that. Not only you have done a lot of work for that, but you're working hard on that, because yeah, Six of Cups. Again, a lot of childhood things that are revisiting you once and again in your memory, which you have to work also through to give them a nurturing, compassionate energy, and also to build for them a stable ground to grow from. So these seeds are also, what are the seeds that will let the dark aspects bloom, like really flourish as beautiful as they are. You know, the beauty in the wild we are encountering here, and how do we embrace those? And you're working hard to plant those precise seeds that are not dark in a malignant way, more dark in the way that not accepted by society, not clapped by society. And it's funny because in society we actually praise many things which are really dark, like narcissism, for example, and it's just a quick example that came to my mind, but then I just put it out there. I'm not going to go into that, but it's, so this is not dark in a way that it's malignant, like for example the narcissistic personality can be. It's dark in the way that it's shadowed or outcast from society. And how are you going to come back to society or be in a social situation with those dark aspects within you, is by putting this hard work on your foundations, and that's what you've been doing. Revisiting situations from your past and learning to be comfortable with them. the moon. Yeah, a lot of, as I said, shadows, reflections here. So the moon is again a mirror of our shadow. So it's just kind of confirming what I was saying. And the female shadow. So also everything that, for example, a very manly person, a masculine person, has buried down because they don't want others to see them as sensible. But you reflect them this upon their instantaneously. Like you bring also this kind of what they wanted to bury down. Sensitivity, for example, for a very male-ish person, you bring this sensitivity to the foreground, just naturally because of your configuration. And this is something that might be at some point uncomfortable to you. You might not always want to be the one who's showing the others their dark side, because you sometimes just want to go out and have fun. Yeah. Like when you meet new people, just you would sometimes even prefer to be able to ignore this, but this is just kind of the ego saying, I just want to go out and have fun, because this is a very talented soul that you have. When you embrace that, you can see that, and you can work with it in the best way for you and for those around you. And actually, when you accept that within yourself, you can also be compassionate to the shadow side of others. So I'm going to, yeah, ask, yeah, okay. The cards interrupted me in between of a question that I wanted to ask. What's the best way to be for others right now in your case? Sometimes we have to be more self-centered in a way that we are more nurturing, so that we are not mothering everyone around us. And sometimes we have to be more outwardly, like seeing into others people's needs. And there's a balance between these two polarities. And depending if we've gone through one extreme or the other, we're called to do the other. So if you are reflecting others' shadows, what you are called to do when they see their own shadow is to simply act as an inspiration for them to work with their own shadows. This is possible just as long as you've worked with your own shadows. So the more you work with your own shadows, the more you can inspire others to work with their own shadows. But it's not the way you're going to be accompanying others in their shadow journey. It's not by, well, it can also be by communicating, but by communicating if you're invited to that communication. So exchange communication when you are invited to do that. But if not, it's just by setting an example, the typical thing that we're always told about. It's best sometimes to just set an example how you're working with your shadow side and be an inspiration through that. But also by telling your story, by writing your story and getting the word out in this way. And it's more, yeah, it's more like getting the inspiration to like sharing it with the world, and who's ready to take that will take that. And yeah, and it's a lot of you simply trust this. It's your task just to trust this and to kind of not deal with whatever or whoever is not at that moment ready to deal with their own shadows. Yeah. So it's a very also eloquent in a sense that it's kind of accepting energy, this one, and also a very it's not dense, it's subtle energy, because it's air energy. So being an inspiration in a delicate, subtle way. Yeah. Okay, 2 cards came out, 7 of Swords and the Page of Cups. So yeah, of course, as I said, this involves a lot of yeah. So your work with your own shadows involves a lot of healing your own past, healing your own patterns, healing your own ideas of what you should have done, releasing any shoulds and would have, and also taking away the power that your own critical mind has upon you, and treating yourself with the compassion that you would treat a little kid growing up. This is what you need, because this you might not have had completely, or as in some precise situation that you needed that. Now you are, when you revisit that past, you are providing that to yourself. Approaching your past self without the weaponry that comes from a critical mind that's saying, why did you did this or that? Like, more with a compassionate mind that's tendering, and like, I understand that you had to do this or that in that situation. And this understanding comes from you being able to see your own shadow side, and approach that shadow side with not only compassion but also celebration. Like, finally to be able to encounter our shadows means to finally be able to start integrating ourselves as a complete whole being in a society which is not very comfortable with that. It doesn't really serve the purpose of moving forward and fast that civilization has set upon us, to sit down with our shadow side and nurture it. So it's beautiful that you have taken this time out to do that, and it's already something to applaud to yourself. So also applaud to yourself more things that you fight for. You're fighting, you're fighting from the heart to really shed light on your shadow. And it's not because that you want the shadow to change color or to be presentable. No, it's you're shedding light on it because you're visiting it and you are embracing it, and making it a part of you that also wants to shed it's you accept that it's okay to shed lights on others' shadow, on the shadow of people around you. And if they are not comfortable with that in that moment, it's their own task to become comfortable with that in their own timing. And also you have 3 sevens here, and it's an angel number already, saying like your path is blessed. Your path into looking into this past energy is blessed, and you're ready to move forward also. So it's both a revision of the past and the work you're doing to move forward with the 7 number. Okay, 5 of Swords. Yeah, it's a difficult energy still. So the cards are saying you need a lot of work to release this past energy. You are battling actually, and struggling, and encountering these difficult situations, and sometimes you have to nurture it from the ground, like have a good soil and foundation for yourself. Sometimes you have to take out the weaponry of your mind to be with that little innocent child within you, and in a compassionate way. And sometimes you have to exert your power in the world, saying, this is me, this is it, and it's okay, I'm okay with myself, and take it or leave it. And that's the way it is, as long as we are not hurting anyone, as long as we do really come to the world from a compassionate side. It's not a perfect side. It's not that we've enlightened Buddhas. It's that we are doing our best to present the most loving parts to the world, of ourselves to the world. But that doesn't mean that we don't bring our shadow aspects, in the sense that society rejects. And this, I was looking at this figure before, but it's strange because I didn't take out this card today for any other reading, but this figure is very present on my mind. So we have the Five of Swords. And this is precisely talking about the Lilith wound. How communication might have been broken in some way, in some situation in which you have felt left in the dark about something. And what this wants me to let you know is that it was not because of what you said, and that it's more your interpretation of the situation that makes you feel that you didn't do the best that you could. You've been doing a lot of work, you've been embracing yourself, you've been actually working hard a lot, and yet you are encountered with those situations in which you are felt that you're left in the dark. But it's more because sometimes people prefer to leave or treat, even maybe someone treated you in a way that you simply didn't deserve, but they do this unconsciously because they are seeing their own shadows, and they cannot stay. They cannot stay with that mirror in front of them. And this is something that might be repetitive in your life, and the cards are inviting you to simply get comfortable with it and continue being that mirror that we do need in the world. We do need it. And what you need for yourself is a lot of self-compassion, of self-care, of self-love, and of nurturing, hydrating literally with water, like literal water, drinking water, but also how you hydrate your own heart, feelings, emotions, how you soothe yourself in a nurturing way. So I'm going to show you the Moon card. I want you to see this energy, okay? And the Moon card turned above the blooming card, so things that bloom at night. It's because this is changed the other way around. And the Seven of Swords turned in the wildness card. So yeah, how are you bringing out that wild side of yourself without fighting with it, without trying to cut it out? Just bring it out, bring it out. This is your work right now. This is what you've been doing. And this goes like that, and this goes like that, so that you have the reading on your, yeah. So what, as last, as I combine for a last interpretation of the cards when they are together with their background, we see that for balanced communication, you've been doing a lot of work, which is this seventh work, grounding yourself, feeling in tune with yourself. This is more important than wanting to be in tune with others. Feeling in tune with yourself because you've grounded yourself, bringing yourself that compassion, that care, bringing to your past self that compassion and that care, embracing your shadows, being comfortable in that darkness, seeing how things bloom in darkness, and how they are beautifully lighted actually by this moon reflecting light in the darkness. Yeah. And then being able to inspire any other person who's willing to do that soul work with you, to walk that soul path with you. You're going to encounter a lot of people actually that are willing to walk in the shadows. So don't worry about those who aren't. Just focus on your own path, your own way of inspiring others to be their own selves, to embrace their whole capacity, to exert their complete self in the world, make peace with your wild side, and in that way you will inspire others to actually just be an example for others to make peace with their own wild side, and in this way you're going to be in peace with their energy. When you encounter them and when they see their shadows, they're also going to be in peace with that, because you've made peace with your own shadows and with yeah, the wild aspects of our human beings. What we call wild because of civilization again. So this is actually a word that is defined against civilization, right? What's wild is outcast, it's out of the rules, it's yeah. And then the Page of Cups is saying treat yourself with care, with also don't take this journey of the shadows too seriously. Don't go to the dark place of, oh my god, this is the weight I have to carry and my mission in the world. And no, when you're feeling like that, just drink a glass of wine. Literally, almost, right? Like, just sit back and relax, because I see you working hard to do it. And if you don't drink alcohol, this is not an invitation for you to do it. But just really just enjoy like what you've already built for yourself, and all the blessings that have come in your life. Like, see the little blessings that were with you in all the difficult times as you were a kid, and how are these blessings, how have they evolved, and what of these blessings have you carried with through your adult years. And again, we have the double rebel energy with 7 of Wands and the rebel card in the background. Yeah, simply exerting your wild self in society, being comfortable with this, and it's good when it comes from a heartfelt place with the Wands. When it comes from an inspiration, and well, it's also about art, but yeah, when we communicate it through what is channeled through our heart chakra, literally. Open that and channel your rebel energy through there. This is the best way that you will make situations nurturing for everyone around you and the others. And this is a kind of energy that you will be working with through this, at least through some period. The 5 of Swords. Simply, there's always people who are not going to feel comfortable with your work, and or situations in which you are not going to feel comfortable socially. It's okay. Also, don't dwell much on that, because I know, as with you with the Lilith in Gemini, you might get stuck in dwelling with this, but don't dwell much on that. You won't really get much out of dwelling with why did that person quote unquote reject me, why did they treated me this way, why. It doesn't actually have nothing to do with you. That's the answer. And if you're just dwelling with that, you are not going to get any better answer than that. It has more to do with what I said, how you are reflecting other people's shadows. And if you are still stuck in that energy, or whenever you feel stuck in that energy, the invitation is to turn to your own shadow, but not like, okay, if I hide my shadow, then that person might not reject me. No, turn to your own shadow, embrace your shadow. Embrace your shadow, be comfortable with your shadow, and don't let anyone or any situation make you feel that you have to reject your own shadow. Okay, I'm going to take one more oracle card for you. Because your work is beautiful, your mission in this life is beautiful, and you're held by spirit. The held card came by. You're held by spirit, my dearest one, and just trust that, and trust your own process and your healing journey, and your healing through your shadows. Beautiful. Thanks a lot for joining me for this reading. I hope to see you around in other readings that resonate with you, and I hope this also resonated with you. If so, like, subscribe, yeah, come back, comment, and hope to see each other very soon. All the best.